Hey, what's going on? Check 1, 2. See if this is all working the way it's supposed to be. Is it working? Maybe not. Oh, here we go. Yep, it's working. Try to get the stupid mic all adjusted here. So I'll give it a minute. Let me check my stream. If you're watching on the playback, you can always skip ahead. And it's fucking crazy, man. Let's see how this thing's looking and sounding. Let me know what you think. How's the look of things? How's the sound? I realize I could probably have better studio lights in here, but I don't have the space. So before anybody gets on my case. See how this thing's looking to sound. I feel like maybe perhaps I can bring the volume down a little bit. Doesn't really move the meters, but big deal. What's going on, Michael? So yeah, right now you're watching me, even though I'm not running 4K, I'm running this portrait mode, but this is a Sony Alpha 4 and the new Sigma lens. So I bought, just crazy, man. I'm doing some stupid shit. So I bought the camera, right? And I bought a used Sigma 24 to 70 DJ, was a DG DN art lens used. And I got a great deal on it. And it looked fantastic. You know what I mean? The kit lens looks amazing with this. And I'm running USB-C. There's no Elgato cam link. I'm just running USB-C. So I only get 1080 at 60 frames. Good enough for me at the moment. And watched a bunch of YouTube videos. And fuck, the YouTube videos, these pixel peepers, you know what a pixel peeper is? It's these like super nerdy camera guys who examine every little, they zoom in and look at every little pixel. And this new lens just came out. The Mark II version of it came out like I think last month or something. And you know fucking me, I'm seeing a video where they're saying the lens I just bought isn't quite as good, almost as good, not quite as good. And I'm like, fuck it. So I sell that one for what I paid for it. And I went, my original lens that I bought used was $800. And then I turned around and spent $1,650 new for this one. I saved the tax. I found the guy that's an online, he has an online store. We had to, I got a ride up to Markham, up Thornhill, Markham. If you know Toronto, it's like 45, 50 minutes away to get this goddamn thing because it's like literally, they say maybe it's 10, 15, maybe 20% better in certain situations. I don't know. They say this lens here is just about as good as the Sony G Master in the same 28 to 70. I don't fucking know. I just know I always wanted a really good camera. And if you're going to have a really good camera, you need to have a really good lens. And they say the 24 to 70 is kind of like your all around good one. No, I'm like, I've looked at this on my TV on the 65-inch, and because I'm going portrait mode too, you know what I mean? Like, that's the other aspect of it. Um, so a week ago, let's think about a week ago. When did I buy the Sony Alpha? Um, I've had this for over a week. So who knows? The last time you saw me, because I've been running the Sony Alpha for a bit, and the lens. This lens here, like I said, for this kind of shit, for doing YouTube, this lens really isn't going to look much better than the lens I had yesterday and the day before, which was the other Sigma, the Mark 1. But for when I do photography and I do this kind of shit, this lens will look better. Ultimately, you don't need to spend. This camera now with lens is worth 4,400 bucks Canadian. You don't need to spend that for a fucking webcam. Just don't. No, Michael, this is the same. I didn't switch cameras. I just went and bought a different lens. Yeah, yeah. When you told me to light up some orange lights there, yeah, that was the same camera. Probably at that point I was maybe running the kit lens. That's probably what was going on when you mentioned the orange light situation, which I've got the orange lights going, if you can tell. And yeah. So before anyone jumps on the bandwagon and says, I'm an idiot, you spent too much for a webcam, I didn't buy it for a webcam. Just saying, it can work as a webcam, but it's not the only purpose. The purpose of this camera is I'm going to learn photography. I already know a bit. I'm learning more each day. I'm watching lots of videos, learning photography. I would like to get as well. No, let me tell you the truth. I want to be better at photography than I am at DJing. And I don't want to say I'm like the most amazing DJ in the world, but I'm like, I don't know, I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, I rate myself somewhere like an 8. Some people might think I'm higher. Some people might think I'm lower. I think I'm around an 8. I know I could do better if I wanted to. I'm not into looking for music and shit. Um, Photography, I think I could at least be a solid 9 if I apply myself because I like photography. Yeah, buddy. Exactly right. Rent it to some OF girls, get your money back. Now, truth be told, I've been thinking about different ways to make money with this camera. And one of those ways, maybe not OF girls, but people that are going to do live streams or they want to create content, someone who wants to have a YouTube channel and they just want to do like, say, a weekly thing. You know, they want to do like a weekly podcast kind of situation and they don't want to invest in the microphones and the camera and everything. Not to mention, maybe they don't have the know-how to set everything up and run stuff. So I could come over with my laptop, my camera, some lights, a microphone, and run the show for them. Actually, I could literally run a couple different cameras so they could have a couple different camera angles and be like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Just like a portable studio, like a portable live stream studio that you can call me up and I show up at your place, set the shit up, we do something. And honestly, I don't need to charge crazy amount of money. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, if someone wanted to do, say, even say 2 hours, if someone wanted to do 2 hours, and if they paid me $100, depends on where they work, right? Depends on the cost of getting there and shit. But let's say, I don't know, let's say $120, let's say, cover the transportation. Um, that'd be enough for me. I'm not doing nothing anyways. I'd rather sit for 2 hours, let someone else do a live stream on their shit, make $120, than sit here for 2 hours and make nothing. Sometimes you guys are kind enough to donate a couple of bucks, but generally, you guys are pretty cheap. Generally. So Bistro, you think those VU meters are too much for you? I can get rid of that shit. I just thought, you know, Maybe something in there, but I'll ditch it. There we go. How's that? Is that a little better? And move the picture around a little bit so you know it's not interfering with things. I think this is almost an interesting way to do shit, to be honest, because I was stretching things out, but by doing it, this is like the best of both worlds because I can still do like my landscape in a portrait, and the writing at the bottom, you know, it's not covering up an image or anything. We're not getting anything on the top, so yeah, this is fine. And like I said, of course, I could probably play with my sense. Oh, you know what I have going right now too? I don't know if it's making a difference. I actually have a high contrast LUT filter going on OBS. So let me show you what it looks like without the LUT filter for a second. That's no LUT filter, no LUT filter. And that's a little bit of the LUT filter. Oh yeah, testing. I imagine that this aspect ratio must look really fucked up on your monitor. But, you know, when I look at my analytics, the truth is probably 95% of the people are watching this on their phone. I honestly, like, even though I have iPads, laptops, computers, I rarely do anything outside of my phone. My phone is kind of like the main thing. And obviously, YouTube pushes that because they're trying to compete against the TikTok and Instagram and all that shit. So now apparently, and I have to look into this, there is a way that I could do both portrait and landscape at the same time on the same stream. Don't really know how that works, but maybe one day I'll figure it out. Oh, you know what I bought today? You guys are gonna laugh at me, man. I don't even, so not only do I have this, and it was inbox, but it's called Rivals, and I bought the red one too. Inbox. This stuff is from 2017, I think. These things here, new in box. Yeah, man, Nerf. So they're new in box. I'm at a Value Village, and I see these things, and today was like 20% off. And it's weird. They were over by like the board games and shit. And I saw someone else pulling out, looking at them. That's why I noticed. I'm like thinking, dude, put them back. Don't take them. And he was looking on his phone. So I checked these things out. And believe it or not, on eBay, these fucking things are going for like 120 and up. Honest, 120 bucks and up for them, because Nerf stuff, I had no idea that Nerf guns are kind of collectible to some people. Some people are hardcore nerdy into this shit and have big collections. And so here's the truth. So I spent, after tax or 13% sales tax and my discount, I paid like $20 in change for the two of them. And when I look online, even local Facebook Marketplace, used with no box and no none of the Nerf balls in it, and this thing goes, they sell for 20, I know, actually I saw 35 to 50 to 65 bucks. So I thought, hey, for 20 bucks for the two of them, I'm going to put these things out there, and I'm going to try to put something like, I might start at 100 bucks for the pair, see what happens. And, and if someone turns around and says, you know what, hey, will you take 50? They're getting half price off, 50 bucks, and I made 30. Doesn't seem like much. But, I'm at the secondhand store anyways, looking around for shit. So if I'm already there, my time's in it, why not grab something? I can fool around a little bit with this thing, put it back in the box, make a couple of bucks. That's kind of how I survive around here. It's the little things, 30 bucks here, 20 bucks there, 50 bucks there. The numbers all add up eventually, but it doesn't help when I'm spending $1,650 today on this goddamn lens. But I did save the tax, which was a couple $100. You know what I mean? So not a big deal. I got the camera for $2,800. It's usually $3,200 plus tax. So I saved on the camera, bought it brand new. Lens is brand new. If for some reason I had to sell this stuff off, I would at least get my money back. Let's do a Nerf blast here. Oh, going the wrong way with it. You want to shoot it at the thing? You ready? Oh, I got the safety on. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I better be careful. I don't want to hit the fucking Nerf ball, knock the goddamn $4,400 camera over. These fucking things. So here's what's crazy about this Nerf gun. There's guys that modify them. They put like different pieces on the back, and then they put like bump stocks out on them. They'll change this to a different kind of grip, and they nerd out, man. They totally nerd out. Well, Michael, the truth is, I have more than enough cameras here if I want to multi-stream. And I do have the A10 Mini that has, what's this thing got? 4 HDMI inputs. So I could, but I don't see what's the point. I don't even, because I have this camera here. I have the Sony ZV, ZV F1, 1F, or ZF, fuck if I remember. Yeah, I've got this little one here, which actually does a pretty good job. You know what I mean? As a secondary webcam, this thing here would be fine. I've got that. I have two Logitech Brio webcams. I've got the Q2N. This thing here can actually run HDMI out as well. I can get 4K out of it, but once again, the A10 Mini only does 1080, right? And I've got a couple camcorders. I got clean HDMI out of it. I've got a Sony Action Cam. That's wide angle fisheye kind of idea. It could do that too. I've got the Canon EOS. What's that? The T7i. I can actually get some image of that. I could get more webcam. I could get more camera angles than I would ever need, because I could get, say, 4 HDMI into this thing. I've got 2 USB. So we don't want to get into that. We don't need 6 camera angles. That's just fucking ridiculous. You're right, Michael. You're actually probably right. One day I might get bored enough. I don't really have the space. My place, honestly, I hate to admit it, my place is slightly written off like a good 80% of the time, because I'm doing something and I'm pulling wires out and I'm moving shit around. So there's only half the space here I even want on camera. I don't want anything else going. My my friend's a photographer. He used to be a big time DJ, and I was just telling him how I bought this thing. And I was looking for a lens. I was asking for his opinion, but he hasn't got the message. He just got it. I'm like, yo, too little, too late. I already bought my lens. So yeah, everyone who's in photography will tell you a 24 to 70 millimeter lens is kind of like the workhorse. You can do a bit of everything with that lens. There's not too much, there's not too many situations where that lens won't pretty much have you covered. It can do some real serious close-up shit. Oh, you want to see some close-up shit? You want to see the watch I'm wearing today, everyone? Check this out. Of course, I had 3 people today comment on this watch. I could wear some super expensive watch. Well, super expensive, but like my Tissot or my old Omega. This one here always, man, always gets the attention. Check it out. Let's see if we can. The AI is tracking my face. Cool. My friend's going to be coming in July 21st to August 1st. And he's doing a little DJ thing. Let me get back to you guys for a second. Where's everybody here? All right. I guess hardly anybody's in here. So, you know, if what is it, 7 o'clock here? All right. If no one's going to be in here, then I think what I'm going to do is I got a lot of shit to do. I just want to pop on here, check out the new lens. Really, there's no difference. Not for this shit, you know what I mean? I don't want to take the lens out quite yet and do anything outside. I'm waiting for my protector thing to show up in Amazon tomorrow. So I don't want to, because the last fucking thing I want to do is scratch the goddamn screen or some stupid shit. I mean the lens on the fucking camera. That would be ridiculous. So yeah, I gotta say, you know, as I'm watching this on my phone, YouTube is doing some fucking horrible compression. This is not on my end. You know what I mean? Like on my end, everything's looking great on OBS. This is straight weird compression. I need to figure this shit out because it's just not looking right. Not looking like it should. So I may come back a little bit later. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the alert button so when I come on, you know I'm on.